What?
Time to go through this.
Yeah. This might be a bangle angle here.
Bangle thing though.
Oh, what a nade.
That's my bangle.
Are you walking up?
Yeah, I'm walking up. I'm about to queue up on him.
Ready.
Down low.
Got my ult off. Oh, they're chasing me. All two on me.
Yeah, this guy's flash, and there's one behind him. So.
No.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I'm walking up. I'm about to queue up
let me
on
ask you, why did you die here? Like, what did you do wrong here? That's the reason why you died here.
Down low.
So when I watched this back, the first thing I was thinking was like,
Got
I
my
was
ult off.
not prioritizing like a safe landing spot whatsoever.
Oh, they're chasing me.
I landed
two on
probably
me.
like the worst spot I possibly could
Yeah, this
have.
guy's flash.
Yeah. That definitely is not incorrect. That you definitely did kind of just go there and then just get killed.
See me?
The important thing is understanding.
That's
So,
my bangle.
to me,
Ready.
Got my ult off.
a lot of what speaks out to me here is your ability usage is really bad, right?
Yeah.
Not just from you, but from a team-based situation here, right? Especially if you're used to being the IGL here.
Ian!
You go, the comms here. I know you can't hear because I have to share the screen and not the application.
This
Yeah.
might be a bangle angle here.
You
I
say,
remember saying like something like, yeah, I think this might be a bangle angle or something like that.
yeah.
Oh, what a nade.
So let me talk about specifically resource usage here, right? So when we're in a fight, the way I like to play out a lot of fights is typically through the lens of advantages or disadvantages. Okay. Advantages being things, I mean, obviously that you guys have over the opponent. We can list
Yeah.
a couple of them, but I don't need to go through and explain what you know all of them are, but like high ground, stuff like that, right? When the opponent has an advantage of some sort, so that's a disadvantage for us. We need to use abilities to counter their advantages, right? For example, they're holding high ground. We can use Rise Q to get up there and challenge the high ground. We can use Rise Null, stuff like that, right? But it's only if we need to. The philosophy, we don't need it, we don't use it, is important to understand. But you also have to use the flip side of it. If we need it, we use it, right? When I play, if I have 5 grenades and I'm in a 1v1, I'm using 5 grenades in a 1v1. That guy is blowing up, right? If I have my ult and my fucking grenades and everything, I'm using everything I have to win that 1v1 if I have to, right? If it's a straight like clutch, you know. But if we're starting a fight in initiation like this, we don't need to really like use our ult here, right? There's no reason to use your ult here. Things are relatively equal. Sure, the advantage that they have here is that they have high ground, but it's not a super strong high ground here, right? I want you to look at your ability usage here and tell me what benefits you gain from your ability usage overall. Right? Bang ult comes
My
down.
bangle.
You smoke the, or
Yeah, I'm walking up. I'm
your
about to
teammate
queue
smokes
up
this,
on
right?
him.
And especially as an IGL, it's important that you understand that the ability usage is not, you're not responsible for all ability usage, but the planning of ability usage is on you. Obviously, teammates should have their own self-reliancy and self-competency, but you are typically the strategic mastermind for figuring out how abilities can be used to win fights, right?
Ready.
Horizon Q,
Down low.
Horizon ult.
Got my
Right.
ult off.
How much value did you generate off of those 4 abilities? The smoke, the Horizon lift, the Horizon ult, and the bang ult? 0.
I mean
right?
the smoke let us close the gap, but outside of that, like we didn't
That
gain.
yeah, the smoke let you cross the gap. That was good. That was the only good ability usage I saw there ever, right?
Yeah.
Horizon is really important to understand that Horizon is not an entry character. She is an entry character in certain situations, but she is not the entry character because you go up her lift, and I mean, if you're the first person that they shoot at
Queue up on him.
when you go on their lift, I'll show you what happens, right? You just get shot, right? You just especially because you're in white armor here. You have to play a lot safer here, right? Imagine, let's say, imagine instead. Let's picture the situation instead. You're playing on the roof
Angle
here, right?
here.
Your teammate smokes them. You walk up. You queue on the roof here. This team is now like you guys triple queue up, or you play the angle back here, and your teammates climb up here, right? Any one of those situations, basically TLDR, you are conning the space up here. You're conning this space up here. Like by you, I mean you as a team, not just you individually. You're
Right.
conning all of this space. This bang smoke cuts off this angle, so you're actually fighting for all the space right here. Once you start to actually challenge the space and damage starts to come out, trades start, things start, a fight actually starts breaking out. Then you either horizon queue up or you climb on roof. You maybe crack one because your teammates, you and your team should be able to at least crack one. You can queue up, you can horizontal. Once the fight starts developing, if this team ever gets choked inside here, that's a free win for Horizon players.
Right.
Literally, you throw on the door. They can't do anything about it. They can't shoot it because the door is in the way. You throw nades on them. You kill them. It's relatively simple, right? You win a
Right.
you win a free team fight here. But your ability usage here is really bad for winning the fight. You look for abilities to do the work instead of using the work to do instead of looking for work to do with the abilities. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you're like I throw my ult and it kills people. You need to have people to kill for your ult to work, right?
Right.
It's like flipped on its head.
Yeah.
Um,
Like I had it like in
That's
my
my
mind,
bang
like
ult.
all right, we're in a fight, like we need to use Bangle, we
Yeah,
need to use
I'm
Horizon,
about to
like
queue up on him.
we're using them.
Yeah, that's the problem, especially, right? Let's say that these are actually really good ults. Let's say they're stupid and they're on the roof and your fucking Bangalore hits with 120, hits another guy, stuns them, right? You guys push off it, you Horizon Q right here, boom. You throw your ult, boom, they're all dead, right? Let's say you kill them after using the abilities. Now, third party. What do you have for the third party?
Yeah, we got
Nothing, right?
Yeah.
Really good teams can strategize their ability usage. You don't need it, you don't use it. You need it, you use it, right? The wider the gap as to how you win a 3v3, the better it is in certain situations, right? Because if you know you're gonna get thirded, you just need to win a fight as best as possible. You need to go crazy and not get knocked at all. Barely take flesh damage, right? Especially especially in ranked in general. I mean, you're fighting on zone 1 close with 16 teams alive. You're probably gonna get thirded. This team probably ends up getting thirded after this, right?
Got my ult off.
But you throw your ult, no nades. You're walking through,
they're chasing me.
kind of contested space. Your team's not really with you. There's not really comms as to how you guys win the fight, right? A lot of your IGLing, from what I've seen, is it's important to make sure that you come up with a win condition. Okay. This is how we're looking to leverage and win fights here, because overall, win conditions are strategized from information that we have, understanding team comms, understanding what characters you're playing and how they work well together. You guys are playing like the meta comm, cat bang Horizon, right?
Yeah.
How does cat bang Horizon win team fights?
So like in this scenario, like being able to force a team inside. So like you can use Bang and Cat to like control lines of sight. You can use the Bang ult to zone teams off and control like what space where they can go, and you can like fix them in a spot, then flank them and finish them off. Especially if you like force them into a spot, then Horizon ult them.
Exactly, right? Yeah. But this is not as free as it. Like, sure, we just explain how to do it. It's not as free as just simply explaining how to do it. There's a lot of strategy that needs to go into it, and the space control. Your goal should be to pinch teams inside and get teams constricted to where they can't do anything, right? So if you actually manage to pinch this team inside here, like if you queue up, like maybe like right,
Yeah, I'm walking
if
up.
you
I'm about
queue
to queue
maybe
up on
like
him.
right here instead of like 3 seconds earlier,
Down low.
they might not be able to shoot you here because of the
Got my
bangle
ult off.
going off, right?
Right.
Your team has to be with you. Your team like there's no calls on how to use smokes here. There's no calls on how to actually play around the bangle. You just say we should use bangle here. Why? For what purpose? What purpose is using these abilities for, right? There needs to be a conscientious decision about what the goal of all of these abilities do, right? You don't just use things to use things. You don't use things to help you win a fight. You use things to help you do things in a fight specifically, right? If you go, we need Bangle so we can take space. Say that instead of maybe we use Bangle here. Maybe you should say we need to take space with this Bangle instead, right? You say the ability and the purpose of said ability, so your team understands on the same page. You don't have to go walk 42 angles to the left, and I will take the far right angle and blah 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 blah. You don't need to do all that. You just go, here's our goal, here's our purpose for doing this. As long as we all understand this, we can do really well. Okay.
Yeah, I had thought about like all abilities in that way. Ever since I've like started having like IGL, a cat player, I've realized that's what you have to do is you have to say like I need you to use wall to block this team's line of sight, And so I hadn't like I guess made the connection that like you need to be doing that with like every ability in the game. So that's a good point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Down low.
See, a lot of like your like
Got my ult off.
mechanically, to be honest with you, it's not super strong. You're not super
they're
strong
chasing me.
mechanically from what I can tell, and that's fine. You don't have to be mechanic warlord. You don't have to be fire beavers walking out of the fucking function like
Yeah.
dropping 25 kills. Like you don't have to be. It's fine. But the important thing is understanding how like how these fights actually need to break down and function. How you take space, your own positioning and stuff like that, especially in correlation with like trade payment and stuff like that. Overall, your mechanics do have a good bit to be desired, and obviously, I'm more than happy to help you like work on that. Your IGLing, like at a base level isn't bad. You understand core elements of the game, but like you said, your micro in fights is not super good. You need to understand the goal of what you're doing with your abilities, and that'll help you a lot more in understanding how to actually play micro. Okay.
Oh fuck. Grabbing this one.
Hurry up.
Team fight where you have double Kraber.
2 to 4 on here as well, and a Phoenix kit.
You guys come and look.
Here's
over
all the
here.
heavy you
I'm
need.
pretty sure there's a team. I'm pretty sure there's
No,
a team
I
here.
got him, bud. Is there a light mag though?
Knocked one.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
They're in the smoke there. My knock's in the smoke right here.
Wait, we have Godspot back here. Oh, I'm dead.
Oh. Eddie, look down to your left. Eddie, look down to your left. Trust needs us. Oh.
Knock one. One blind.
That's a good ult. Okay, he horizon keys it, but it was a good ult.
One more. He's out down.
Needs us.
You conceptually understand why this is a good ult and the other, compared to the other one, right?
Knock one.
They're
One blind.
kind of like forced into a
One on me.
spot not there.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
this
not-
guy is in your ult no
Gonna,
matter
like,
what.
play off it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
One more.
And you didn't really need to calm like sure maybe you could have said I'm ulting here, but like you honestly didn't really need to calm that.
Whoa.
They're just raining from the sky.
I'm so
There's a
good.
swap here. Watch out for nades. I'm holding the left side.
Oh my god, your guy got blown up.
Yeah, he kind of got
Hang
hit.
on, left.
Dang it.
Oh, I can't see. Shoot.
Did they get him up? Oh, fuck.
Oh.
What? Oh, I get shot again, man. Oh! How are we getting into there, bro?
We just need to hang out on that.
So
They're in the smoke there. My knock's
so why do you die here? Why
Did
did
he
your
look
team
at
die
it?
here? Why do you die here?
So like when I watched this
One
back,
blind.
the first thing I thought was that like giving up the height was probably not the move. But even after that, like it's
One
recoverable.
more.
By height, you mean the
Okay.
place like
The-
like
the
right here,
where-
like right here.
Yeah, giving up that. Like I would have like if they want to play on the height,
more.
then I can shoot them with like either my R9 or the
got that?
Kraber if they want to play like on the roof.
Mm.
Eddie, look down to your left.
Wait, we have Godspot
And
back
then,
here.
like, if
I'm dead.
I'm still up there, I can, like, at least fire.
Eddie, look down to your left. Eddie,
one
look down to your
Kraber
left.
shot at the
Trust
team
me,
that's kind of
sus.
third party. So I was thinking about that, and then
Knock one.
once,
One blind.
like, my
One on
teammate
me.
goes down with a nade, I feel like that was still, like, recoverable. But I'm not quite sure what I could have done. But in my gut, I feel like we still, like, it's not a great situation, but, like, we still could have made it out.
Yeah, you still could have made it out, but the only reason I'm gonna tell you, the whole reason I'm gonna tell you why you didn't make it out, like, conceptually, why are you fighting this?
Yeah. I guess we, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
This is not a
Yeah,
play.
basically, we
yeah.
got the Kraber and we said like we need to ape this, and then we go, oh fuck, team on the left.
Right. You're putting yourself. You comment or your teammate comments here. Why are we just getting aped here? And it's like, well, you're giving them literally the perfect way to ape you. You guys are playing back of zone. There's a team to the left here that can literally just walk up because of the angling here, right? You guys were literally perfectly fine in zone up here on the rock. You got like there was no insane pressure that made you guys want to actually like you guys look how much space you guys have here, right?
You guys come and look
Yeah,
at
all the
it.
heavy you need. We're big chilling right here.
I can tell a lot of what you like it's not even a knock from that team. Like if you were some guy on the other team, I'd be like, yeah, okay, this ape would have been not the worst, right? Like there's a solid reason behind it. I can't think of a solid reason why you would ape this on the left here. Like your teammate gets shot on the side, you go to help here, right? And then there's a fuse here, apparently. And then you guys actually really good team fighting there. You guys troubleshoot that guy. You can thirst this guy. You don't need to ape this. You don't need to fight this, right? You guys have enough space. You sure you can horizon ult this. You can throw nades on it, right? You can stay up here, right? But the problem is when you look at I like to illustrate space in 3 different ways. There is there's space that you control, which I draw in blue. There's space that the enemy controls, which I draw in red / pink, whatever the fuck color this is, and then yellow, which is contested space, right? If we were to illustrate space that you control, you guys control like this rock here, right? Or like the space back here. You know there's nobody back there, right? And that's inherently why you control it. The space that the enemy controls, like what space does this team control down here?
Whatever is
none.
The HUD.
Yeah. Not even. Your teammates here contesting
that's
it.
Contested, yeah, that's contested space.
This team controls no space at all. All of this is contested space because of your team's positioning, which is good. This is actually really good. Problem is that it repeats, and that you are the team that does not control any space because you guys are all in contested space, and the enemy has this space and walks up on you, and you guys can't really contest the space very well because of not only the geometry, but because of abilities. Like the bang ult prevents you from contesting that space at all, right? You guys aren't playing to win the game. You guys are playing to get kills. You guys need to have a clear distinction on how to actually play the game to win. Okay, you're optic gaming right now. You're optic gaming today. You guys need to win the game. Like you guys got a shit ton of points. You guys need to actually win. Okay, winning is more important in this game, especially this ranked season, more than anything, right? Because is this VOD recent?
Yeah, this was I think last night.
Yeah, if you can't win games, especially when I don't know what MMR like you're in, because you know it's the MMR and rank are two different things now. Smile.
Yeah.
But if you're in like higher level lobbies, there might be more teams here than you would expect, or teams would be like. I want you to look at this team that's shooting you while you walk over here. Look how much you're getting shot from your right here.
Yeah.
Right. I'm coming in 30 shots to miss you.
Knock one. One behind me. One on me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That guy missed 30 shots on you. When you were not dodging that guy at all. I think that was completely unintentional, right? You should have gotten cracked there and maybe even died on the slide down, to be 100% honest with you, because you got cracked. You got almost cracked here, right? One headshot and a body shot, and you're fucking gone. That's a Sculptress of 30-30 shooting you here, right?
Yeah.
You can just straight up very easily die here. If you have cat here, you could like catwall and like do other things here. It's really hard with Horizon Blood Valk because you can't control space. You just fight for it, right? You control space by fighting for it. You can't actually be like, hey, this is our space. You just have to shoot people for it. Which, when you're in situations like this, where there's no fighting, you're like, right? And then you just kind of walk around and not really have an idea of what you're actually able to do, right?
Yeah.
It's okay, we got.
Make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Go ahead and look at one more.